So this week we're going to work on writing a narrative, and a narrative is just a story. It's usually told in sequence order. So you have a beginning, a middle, and end, or you might have a first, a next, a last. But it's a story that you write. It can be true. It can be made up. Usually the events in it are true. But you are just writing about maybe your summer vacation, or you're writing about the time you had a basketball game, or writing anything of your choice as long as it is in sequence order. So our Savat is today we're actually just going to read a narrative and put it in order by events. So before we start writing our narrative, I really want us to practice making sure we're putting the events in order, because you don't want a narrative that's all mixed up. You don't want something that should be at the beginning, at the end. So before we write ours, we're going to work on reading somebody else's and putting it in order. So we should see what it should look like. So imagine you wrote this story about your morning. So we're going to pretend that we wrote this story. First, I got dressed. I picked out my favorite yellow shirt to wear. Then I ate bagels and fruit for breakfast. Finally, I brushed my teeth with my electric toothbrush. So I know this is in sequence order because I see these key words. I see the word first, I see the word then, and I also see the word finally. So that tells me that it is in sequence order. So it's telling me this came first, then this, and lastly this. So this is a good narrative. He's just describing what his morning was like. Or in our case, we were describing what our morning was like. So we're going to put this in sequence order. So it says first I, and the first thing it says in my narrative is that they got dressed. First, I got dressed. What did they do next? Look at those key words that I underlined. Then I ate bagels and fruit for breakfast. So I would like you to fill that one out and then go ahead and do the finally as well. Look for those key words. Tomorrow we will practice writing our own narrative about anything of your choice. I'll throw in some topics just to get your brains working, but this is what we will be doing this week.